Hello folks, it's day 3 and we have the 1.6 times multiplier. We have 2 stages today, a new one and a remix from yesterday. We'll go over the new one first and how I got my score of 816. You should upgrade your towers to level 6. It'll make these maps a lot easier. Today also added a new tower, which is basically a mine that explodes. It does a lot of damage and is a one-time use, but you cannot place it if you are already maxed out on your turret cap. I start off by placing a EXP booster on the corner that will reach all the mobs. Then I put the Hydro Tower in the middle with 2 cryos on the side. Once I have enough points, I put an Electro Tower on the last spot. This will help me catch all the quick Samachuros that's running past. Now I pretty much wait until the wave is done. To get the most points, you want to get 2 Fearless Mystic Arts at the end of the first 3 waves. I was lucky to get a Fearless choice, so I picked that one. You can always just choose buffs instead to make it a little easier if you're not going for a top score. Since the Fearless added a speedy Mutachurro, I'm going to use the new mine to help me get rid of it. I also add another Electro Tower to help me deal with enemies. The new mines do a lot of pyro damage in a large area. My goal in wave 2 is to put down 4 Electro Towers and 4 Cryo Towers before the wave is over. This will give me more chances to get the proper elemental buff to get a higher score at the end. I'm also putting some towers in the 3rd lane, which will start in wave 3. Since the Fickle buff is also enhancing my Electro Towers, I'll pick that to get a higher score. Sadly, the Pyro Towers are disabled, so I'll have a harder time to kill the Cryo Slimes. Luckily, the new mines do Pyro damage. That's why I'm putting down Electros instead of Pyro as my damage dealer in case something like this happens. I can use the mines as a backup. The Slimes will only spawn in the new lane. I know my towers in the crossover area is able to handle itself, so I'm going to focus on the new lane. Depending on the elemental slimes you get, you may need to put down some mines to help clear them out. Once the mine blows up, you can always put another in its place. Sadly, I do not get a Fearless or Fickle buff to choose. But since I have 4 Electro Towers and 4 Cryo Towers, I can pick one of those buffs to give me the extra points. That's why I'm choosing the Mystic Art that adds a special attack to the Cryo Towers. Also, for wave 4, I have the Hydro Slimes this time. My Electro Towers can deal with the Hydro Slime just fine. For wave 4, I'll be focusing on putting down 4 Pyro Towers. Since I have more points than needed, I can go ahead and replace the Booster Tower with a Pyro. I also put another one in the back for safety just in case something leaks. Since I already have a Fickle and a Fearless buff, I'll be needing to grab another to get the bonus at the end. Before starting stage 5, I like to put a mine at the start of this portal. I'll also use this chance to activate the 2 mechanisms to get the bonus score as well. You can see a single mine took care of the wave of Hilichurls. On this wave, I'll be putting down mines to be a little bit more proactive. However, with my current buffs and setup, I don't need to put any mines and still be fine. I'm just using them to let you guys know how strong they are. And that's it, the new stage completed with a score of 816. Let me know how you guys do in the comments below. Now it's time to move on to the other stage. The second stage is the remix of the new stage from yesterday. This time, the enemies will be moving in the other direction. You will want a Hydro and Cryo tower in both lanes. Putting an Anemo tower in the right lane will make it easier, but it's not required. The Anemo tower is just for the Samachurl. You can just stand on the right side and knock it back if it passes the towers. Having a point booster on the left lane is nice here since it will boost all the kills. For this stage, don't bother using Electro towers. The stronger enemies later on are single units, so the Electro bounce will not help. The ideal setup is to have a Cryo and Hydro pair with a Pyro tower to do damage. You will want to put 2 of these combos on the right lane and another 2 on the left lane. At the beginning, I'm doing something a little different to handle the smaller mobs. You won't need Pyro towers until wave 3. For wave 2 on the left lane, you can add another Hydro in front or a Cryo in the back. On the right lane, you can replace the Anemo with a Cryo or just keep the Anemo, they both work. You should also start building towers in the second row of the right lane. Enemies in later waves will pass the first 3 towers, so you'll need a backup regardless. On this stage, ignore Electro towers because of the enemy type. All you really need is to make Hydro and Cryo towers to freeze enemies and then a Pyro to take them down. Since most of the late game enemies on this map are the single strong units, Electro towers will not help because their bounce will do nothing. Again, to keep this stage easy, just use a Hydro and Cryo pair to slow enemies down, and then Pyro towers to do all the damage. Have 2 of these setups on the right lane and have another 2 on the left lane. That's all you need to handle the stage. I'm starting to set up the towers for the latter half of the right lane. Since there are 4 spots available, I'll be putting down 1 Hydro, 1 Cryo, and 2 Pyros. You should end up with a similar formation on the left lane. And that's the whole trick for this map. This tower combo is able to handle all the strong units in wave 4 and 5. Also, make sure to activate the wind device twice. You can continue watching the rest of the level. I will not have any more commentary after this since I already said all I needed to. Enjoy and have fun defending, Traveler.